One of the coolest parts about starting a business is getting to name your company, but there are a few things that you need to know before you do it, and a couple that will save you thousands of dollars. So make sure you keep watching so you don't make costly mistakes. If you don't know me, my name is Meghan Stockman. I am founder and CEO of Kookaloo Space Playgrounds. We are a franchise that is selling locations around the country, and my goal is to get as many people as I can creating a life that they love through opening a business of their own. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so I can come back every week and get more of you to your grand opening. When it comes to naming your company, there are a few pitfalls and a few tips that I want to give you to make sure that your process goes smoothly. The first thing you really need to know before you name your company is what type of entity you're going to have. You've heard of LLC and partnership and sole proprietorship, but knowing what that means to you as far as tax implications and how you pay yourself, those things are really important, and you need to know that before you go to your Secretary of State website and name your company. If you're not sure what entity type is best for you, the best thing you can do is go to a legal advisor or talk to a CPA, and they will be able to help you figure out what type of entity is best for the type of business that you're trying to open. Once you figure out what type of entity you need, the first thing I do is go in and Google it. What else pops up when you're Googling the name of the store that you're trying to get? Are there other stores out there? Is the URL already taken? What kind of things are associated with it? Sometimes you can be really surprised at what types of things people are using what you might think is a good business name for. Once you've Googled it and made sure that there's nothing sketchy associated with the name that you're looking at, you want to do an official search on the Secretary of State website for your state. There are instances where people will hold a name or they will name a business, but they won't actually ever start the business. So you have to go in and actually do a name availability search to be sure that that name is available for you to use. The next two things that I want to talk to you guys about is something that can cost thousands of dollars if not done correctly. These are the big ones. Once you've determined that the name is available in your state, you need to make sure that there is not a trademark that is protecting that name. A lot of people don't think they need a trademark because they're not planning to go nationwide and they just want their own small local place. However, it's really important to make sure there's not a trademark filed on the name that you're planning to use because they can come after you later, and that will be very expensive to change down the line. You might have to change the name on the outside of your building, which could be $15,000, $20,000. You have to change the signage inside of your building, any kind of materials that you're selling, anything that has your logo on it. All of those things would have to be changed if somebody comes after you because they already have a trademark. So whether or not you think you need a trademark, you really need to go to the USPTO and make sure that nobody else is protecting that trademark as well. The final thing I want to talk about today is something that I learned the hard way, so I want to make sure that you don't make a $1,200 mistake like I did. Once you're sure you know what your name is and that it's not already trademarked, before you file a trademark, before you file your name with your Secretary of State, make sure you go and get your website URL. One, you want to make sure that name is available, or at least that there's something close that you can use for your website address. But two, it can be a very expensive thing to go by later. I have found that there are bots out there that are searching the databases, and once you name your company, somebody will buy it, and then you will have to buy it back from them. A normal website address costs somewhere around $12 to $15 a year. But if somebody else owns it and then you have to buy it from them, that can cost you whatever it is that they decide to choose. In my case, it was $1,200. Unfortunately, it was worth it for me to buy it because as a nationwide franchise, we want the easiest and cleanest website that we can find. Sometimes even the easiest pieces of putting a business together have their pitfalls, and you don't know what you don't know. So my goal is to make sure that you guys don't fall into some of the same pits that I did. As always, I hope this video was helpful. Make sure you put your comments down below and let me know what your favorite takeaways were. And also let me know if there are any topics that you would like me to cover. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next week.